So with our handsome Mr. Z, we're going to do a little bit with our 1, 2, 3 pattern game. So with this exercise, this is again one of the pattern games from like the Control Unleashed patterns. So right now I'm just warming him up with a couple little find its, nothing too tricky, just to get him in the groove. So with the 1, 2, 3 pattern game, the reason this one can be very helpful is that obviously with patterns, they can stay consistent when the world around them can become, again, a little challenging and very not consistent. So the benefit of patterns is that no matter what might be going on around you, the pattern would stay the same. And then that can bring a lot of dogs some comfort and some consistency where other places that could be lacking. So the benefit of this game, and right now I'm not doing it yet. We're just doing some nice find. It's just to get the handsome guy warmed up. So the 1, 2, 3 pattern game could be also, instead of 1, 2, 3, you could decide to do A, B, C, do, re, mi. Again, whatever makes sense to you guys. What I would highly recommend is that you want to start off in the beginning just creating that the number 3, the third one, has a lot of value. So we would go 3 and feed. And we're going to go again 3 and feed. And I don't care if he's sitting, downing, standing. 3, 3. So as he's getting comfortable hearing the number 3, we're feeding him for this response. So again, 3. And then what you'd end up doing is they do like this little dance. So it's not too tricky. If you don't feel like doing it, you don't have to. But they would normally do, so 1 is by your side, 2 is with your hand in the pouch, and then 3 is when the food is coming. So the benefit of this game is, I know one of my girlfriends was using this with one of her puppies, and her dog would normally get really excited about wildlife, and what she'd end up doing is starting the pattern game with no distractions, build it up stationary, then while in motion, and then while further away, the dog could then hear the counting and then do a nice little U-turn and head right back to her handler. So again, you would start off with the 3 and build up value in just the third one. 3, 3. And then what you could end up doing is you could have, again, your pouch ready or your snacks. You could go 1, 2, 3. And again, 1, 2, 3. And right now we're just stationary. So again, just kind of, again, getting way too excited with all my snacks. So again, 1, 2, 3, and feed. So again, 1, 2, 3, and we feed. So then we could start doing this while also in motion. Sometimes it could be easier to, again, go 1, 2, 3, and feed while you're moving backwards. So again, 1, 2, 3, and we feed. The benefit, though, of sometimes applying it to walking, 1, 2, 3, is that it can sometimes help you with loose leash walking, even though it's not meant necessarily for loose leash walking. 1, 2, 3. But it can create consistency for the pup and for you. 1, 2, 3. This does not mean that 24/7 you're going to be walking around counting, or that forever you will do this exercise. 1, 2, 3. But the benefit is, let's say, for example, your babe were to get distracted in the environment. So I don't know if I might be able to potentially lose him to something. Right now he's very interested in me. So I might just go ahead and send him away just to get him a little distracted, see if he notices anything else. And then 1, 2, 3. Yes. So you would want to practice this obviously in and around your home. You want to work it outside when possible. But what this would end up looking like is, let's say he were to go and get distracted, you could then start counting. And what you'd be looking for is for him to come running to you to check in. So again, 1, 2, 3, and we feed. 1, 2, 3. Nice. And again, 1, 2, 3. And notice how he was getting a little bit lost around the corner there. I'm going to almost see if he can go away. 1, 2, 3. Nice. So if when you start to lose your puppy, that's a great moment to almost let them get distracted, see if they can all of a sudden start to hone back in. I'm going to also typically just feed him for doing a great job honing in and working this loose leash walking in general. But I might send him away, see if I can get him distracted in the environment. Nice. And obviously right now he's practiced, again, moving in and out of this bubble, working these find its and reorientating reorientating to me. So there will be times where sometimes behaviors kind of overlap, which is not a bad thing. It starts to kind of help him out where if behaviors seem consistent and they kind of build on each other and it seems to make it easier, it means that behavior could be then more reliable for down the road. But the benefit of, again, that pattern game is that you would start to use this when you tend to lose him and bring him back to you. So obviously 1, 2, 3, we'd want to start off with this is, again, really easy and you're creating a nice base of this understanding. So again, 1, 2, 3. And again, if you wanted to do the dance with the tree pouch, you would again just do 1 and then 2 and then 3 is to feed. And again, 1, 2, and then 3. And then again, if you're a little bit unsure or it doesn't quite make as much sense as I'm just first showing you with him, you can always take a peek-see over the pieces. Don't forget about me. But you can always take a peek-see over the pattern game videos and then see other babes working it and get a little bit more of a feel for the practice. But maybe from there, maybe we'll do a little bit with some more loose leash walking. We'll take a break from the pattern game and we'll see if we can get our handsome guy up. So I might go ahead and say like with me or let's go or heel, whichever slogan you prefer. So right now we're just gonna, again, keep feeding for the side position where he's on my left or the right, whichever you prefer. Oh my goodness, chewing. But then we might go into a little front. He's like, what did I step on? That was my shoe. Ready, sit. Nice. So even if in the beginning your fronts are not as pristine, like they're not right up into your space, the main goal is that sometimes you can get him next to your side and sort of working from the front and then the side position and back and forth. So right here, we're just kind of moving around. Nice. Good job. So right here, we might go into a front. See if we can get a little sit from him. Oh, that's a down, but that was very close. So if we get the wrong position, I'm just going to try right there, yes, and feed. And then from here, if I wanted to bring him back to the side, I'm going to try and lure him to the side of my body right there, yes, and feed again. Good job. Nice work. So I'm just going to go ahead and jackpot that moment because he thought it was a bit tricky. And I want to make sure there's some good value in trying some of these newer things that are a little bit more challenging. So again, we're going to keep moving. We're going to bring him into a little front. So right now he is following my hands, which is fine. Remember, these are newer skills, so they're not as refined. So again, to bring him to the side, I'm going to lure him and then sort of do a little loop and then set him up next to my side. Beautiful, on the nice part of my leg here. So he's ready to go continue working on that loose leash walking. Ready with me? Good job. So if, again, too, you're finding that the loose leash walking doesn't have this kind of engagement at home, I would definitely try and, build up maybe the fun in the game in a quieter spot first, and then build in the distraction level and difficulty as he's getting more refined. But if sometimes we're expecting him to be both mastering the skill itself while also dealing with a lot of hard distractions from his end or from ours, then sadly that can sometimes be just a lovely combo of just too much at once for most adolescent puppies. So always think to yourself, if he's struggling, if he's not doing as well, what could I do to either manage the environment or to lower the criteria where it's a bit easier for my dog to be successful? Ready? Zeus? Nice, great little check-in. So, but we'll maybe do a couple little recall moments just for some fun, and then we'll go ahead and work a few more skills in just a second. So we'll do a little find it to get him to go off and wander. Zeus, come. Yes, nice job. Gorgeous. So again, we'll send him away again. Find it. Nice. Zeus, come. Nice job. So fast. Only takes him like a second or two to go across the whole room. Ready? Find it. And again, the benefit of him romping back and forth is you get him to be a little tired. Oh, he's going to go grab a drink first. So sometimes keep, again, your sessions short and sweet. Make it where they seem fun as well from the puppy's perspective. Nice job. And don't forget to capture moments throughout the day when your babe is offering you maybe great behavior. If, again, he's barely getting any reinforcement or recognition for what he's doing here and there, and it's only when we're having a training moment that we're focusing and practicing, then the problem there is then your puppy might start to think the only time we practice is when we're like in the classroom setting or we've got all of our gear on. So make sure that you're helping them generalize these skills where no matter what might be going on at home or in the yard, it's still going to be just as reliable from his perspective to give it a try. If sometimes we ask for things and he thought it was really challenging and he finally did it, but then there was no reinforcement from what he finds reinforcing, then sadly he probably won't offer that behavior again, and especially in a more challenging setup. So he's really doing a great job. Ready, Zeus? Come. Yes, what a good boy. He's like, oh, there's the snack. You found it. Did it get stuck in your toes? We'll give Mr. Z a little breather, and then we'll work a few more skills. He did a very nice job with this practice.